Welcome back. If you're new here, this is a channel where I share my travel tips. I also highlight some of the mishaps that I faced during my travels so that you can avoid them. On this channel, we emphasize experiencing new places and meeting new people without breaking the bank. My aim is to show that you can travel even on a budget and have a good time. This video is the third and last part of my Pacific Northwest video series. Please follow this link for the first two parts of the series. Let's get traveling. Both Seattle and Portland are major cities in the Pacific Northwest. They are known for their beautiful natural surroundings and thriving economies. However, there are several things that differentiate the two cities. Seattle is the larger of the two cities with a population of over 750,000. It is a home to several major technology companies including Amazon and Microsoft, as well as bustling music and art scene. Seattle is also known for its iconic landmarks such as the Space Needle and Pike Place Market. Portland, with a population of around 640,000, is often considered the more quirky and laid-back of the two cities. It has a thriving food and craft beer culture, as well as a strong emphasis on sustainability and environmentalism. Portland is also known for its beautiful parks and gardens such as the Portland Japanese Garden and Forest Park. Both Seattle and Portland have a lot to offer to visitors and residents alike. Each city has its own unique charms and peculiarities. Ultimately, the choice between the two cities comes down to your personal preferences and priorities. One of the differences that I noticed between the two cities was traffic or just general accessibility. As much as it was easy to get around downtown in both cities, as I mentioned in both previous videos, we walked around most of the time, but it was really easy driving in and out of the city in Portland than it was in Seattle. Especially if you're crossing the bridge to go to Bellevue, traffic was really crazy. I understand that there's public transportation between downtown Seattle and Bellevue. I'm not sure how efficient that is, but being stuck in traffic is one thing to consider if you're planning your trip to Seattle. Both cities offer amazing outdoor activities, such as hiking, biking, running, camping, and all that. Given that it's a place that's full of nature and greenery, both places are good if you love outdoor activities. However, if you're looking for big energy vibes, a place where you can have varied activities ranging from, water activities, hiking, restaurants, nightlife, sports, then Seattle is the place for you. If you're like a social bird who prefers having a range of activities and you like water, then Seattle is the place for you. However, if you're a chilled and laid-back person who prefer like a quieter lifestyle, then Portland is the place for you. Also, if you enjoy thrifting and street food, then, Portland is your place. Portland is the place you want to be. People are nice at both places. They were engaging in conversations. We just felt nice being around them, and you could feel the friendliness in the air. However, Seattle being a big city, people tend to have less time to interact with other people or to have a conversation. So I found the people in Seattle to be less friendly. Portland was more my vibe. People are nice. They were willing to take time out of their day just to, talk to you a little bit, tell you more about the city and the neighborhoods, which was really nice. Another realization that I made was that both Portland and Seattle are expensive cities when compared to the average US cost of living. However, coming from the Midwest, I thought these cities were really expensive. And there's no big difference between both cities. However, I realized that we could stretch our money further in Portland, and for the same prices, we got like better food in Portland. So definitely I would say $1 in Portland goes a long way. Hotels are really expensive in Seattle compared to Portland, like way expensive. I understand this is because of the tech bros coming in, or like all this tech companies coming in and raising the prices of like rentals and property and all that, but that was insane. Talking of costs and expenses, this was one of the most expensive trips than some of the trips that are featured on this channel. Please click here for some of the cheaper trips that you may want to look into if you're working with a smaller budget. The expenses that you see here are expenses for both cities. They're not really broken down into Seattle or Portland. It's just combined expenses. And also remember, this is per person. I find it easier, showing you prices per person so that if you're planning as a large group, it's easier to plan for it. For a hotel, we spent like around $350. And this is mainly because we were strategic about, where we're staying. We rented a car that costed about $300. That made it easy to find a cheaper hotel that's farther away from downtown. For the rental car that we rented, I mentioned $300, and this is plus gas, plus parking. We try our best to find like free parking and walk around, because why not? Why pay for it? Well, you can get it for free. Then you'll see that we have $41 or $50 for our flight. This is mostly related to taxes. So if you have an Amex card, the Delta Amex card, you can use your points towards flight. We flew with Delta and we had like a good amount of points, and we used that for our flight. So that was really good. That helped with this budget. Otherwise, it would have been more than $1,000 per person. Then for food and drinks, we spent about $200 per person. And really, the main reason why this is low price is we always try our best to look for hotels that include free breakfast. And so we would have breakfast. We don't eat lunch a lot. So we would just snack during the day, then have a big dinner. So most of this really would go to dinner, mostly dinner really. Then for activities, we had $20 per person, and this was mainly for the Japanese garden. And really, $20 is not even a lot of money for that place. That place is beautiful. I think it's worth more than just $20 per person. Of course, there are more activities that you could pay for, like going to the museums. We didn't really have enough time to go to the museums and all that, but these expenses would have been way more. You may ask, which of these two cities is better than the other? And it really depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking to enjoy more of the nightlife and social events, then Seattle is the place for you. Portland is ideal if you prefer the outdoors and a quiet lifestyle. There are also other factors to consider. For example, if you're considering a long-term stay, Seattle is a better option as it is home to some of the biggest tech and IT companies in the country. However, Portland is a better place if you can work remotely. I had a blast in the Pacific Northwest. If I was to change anything about this trip, it would be spending more time at both places and/or visiting during the summer. This is the end of the Pacific Northwest series. I'm curious to hear your feedback on this type of videos and whether you find the comparison helpful for your trip planning. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you for watching. Let's keep exploring. Goodbye!